Welcome to the Imaginative Storm Writing Prompt of the Week session. I'm James Nave.
I'm Allegra Houston.
And every Saturday morning, we gather with a group of writers to write from the imaginative storm to the creative form. And we also do it on Thursday as well. So what we do every Saturday after the Saturday session, we record a session for you. So that's what we're up to now.
So this is why we do it. We do it as a kind of practice, writer training, writer practice, like going to yoga class, but without the yoga, to stretch and strengthen our imaginative muscles, if you like, to stretch and strengthen the imagination, to show your imagination that it's wanted, even if it doesn't seem to make sense or be rational or isn't what you expect. That's what you want, because that's where in your writing the fresh, original, authentic material comes from. So what we're doing on these Prompt of the Week sessions is just telling our imaginations, yeah, bring it on, give us whatever you got, and later you can decide whether you want to use it or not. But this is where you have the ability to surprise yourself by writing in the Imaginative Storm method.
And the way we do it, we stretch our imaginations by starting the stretch with an image that we will put up for you in just a second. And what we'd like for you to do when the image comes up, and this is the same thing that happens every Saturday and on Thursday as well, people generate a word or a phrase based on the image, and they generate one word or phrase after another for 2 minutes. So they generate a list. And the list is not joined up writing. They're not trying to write a story, and we're not asking you to do that either. We're asking you to respond imaginatively to the image that pops up. And whatever you write down, first thought, best thought, that's just fine, and move to the next thing. And you can write or as slow or fast as you want to. Something will emerge, and we'll give you 2 minutes to do that. And after that, we'll come back and tell you what will happen next.
So the words don't have to have anything to do with the image at all. They don't have to have anything to do with one another. And remember, they're just a list of words or very short phrases, whatever pops into your mind as you look at this image.
And here's your image now. So now you've generated a list that belongs only to you. And we go around the Zoom room on Saturday and create a community list. Take one word or phrase from each person, and we all write those down. So we all have the community list as well as our own personal list that we've generated. So what we'd like to do now is to share our community list with you. So Allegra is going to read that list, so you'll get a sense of what we did on Saturday morning, and then you can fit it into the work that you're getting ready to do. So Allegra, read the list.
Okay, I will. So we also like to think of this as the kind of collective imagination of our group. And we give these words to one another to use or not as we like. So just so you know, there's not going to be any kind of like exam. You're supposed to use all the words or X number of the words or anything when you write. All the words on your list and the community list are, again, just toys for your imagination to play with. So here is today's community list. Ladies in crinolines, believe in me. Oh, that sound. Who did that? Follow the scent. That's satisfying. Global warming. Dainty farts. Don't hold back. Farts, farts everywhere. Propriety blown. Just hot air balloons. Birds singing. Museum. Constipation station. Symphony of smells. Poof, how horrid. Booty call. Cat flatulence. Light a match. Fart chart. Functioning bodily. Legs up. I cut one. Skirt afire. It's stinky in here. Toodaloo. Freedom from dark old explosive colonialism. Scenes from a marriage.
So you have our community list. We're smiling, and we hope you're smiling too. And on the Saturday call, everybody had a great time
Had
with
a
this.
blast, as we might say.
That's exactly right. So what we're going to ask you to do now is to get ready to generate 10 minutes worth of writing. 10 minutes is not that long. And what we love to say at this point, we like to say that this material you're going to generate, this content, doesn't exist right now, but it will in 10 minutes. So it's going to be absolutely brand new. And Allegra is going to tell you how to think about it while you're generating, or how not to think about it. We'll
Yeah,
see.
not to think about it. Exactly. So when Nami says it didn't exist before, that's actually, it sounds kind of obvious, but there's more to it than that. Very often when we write, we try and write what's in our head. We try and think it up first and then write it down. And we're going to ask you to not do that. We're going to ask you to genuinely write something that didn't exist before you wrote it on the page. So your rational mind, we're not going to ask it to think it up first. We're not going to think about like, oh, I need to write well, or what am I supposed to write, or where should I do this? We're going to ask you to think of it as like a dance between your imagination and your rational mind. You may have heard that phrase, get out of your rational mind. Well, we don't really think that's possible. But what you can do is ask your rational mind to follow rather than lead. So, it's a foxtrot or a tango or a two-step or whatever kind of partner dance it is. Your imagination is leading. Your imagination is deciding where this is going to go. Your imagination is deciding whether it's going fast or slow. And your rational mind's job is just simply to keep up, not to collapse in a heap or storm off in a huff and say, oh, this is silly. I don't like this. This is shit. I don't like what I'm writing. No, your rational mind's job is simply to stick with it. Let your imagination twirl it and spin it around and throw it up in the air or whatever it is, and just stick with it for 10 minutes and see how much you can surprise yourself by using as many or as few of the words on both lists as you like. You might want to let your eyes just roam over the lists until one of the words or phrases just kind of hooks you, and start there. And maybe you won't use any of the other words at all. Or maybe you'll keep coming back to the lists and working in more of the words from the lists. However you want to do it, you cannot do it wrong as long as you just do it.
And so your 10 minutes begins right So now you have brand new piece of writing never before existed in the world. What we do on the Saturday call and also on the Thursday call, we ask everybody to read their work aloud. And the way we do it, we invite them to go into different Zoom rooms. A group of 6 people gather, and everybody reads and cheers each other on as they listen to the other folks read. So what we would like to do, if you have somebody around that you can read to, please feel free to let them hear your voice. If you're by yourself, that's okay too. We'd like for you to put us on pause and read aloud. And when you do, keep in mind that your voice, as you express yourself orally, as people can hear it as it comes out, that's a revision tool. Your voice will tell you things that you wouldn't find anywhere else. So if you're reading aloud and you see an opportunity to change something, go ahead and change it. Let a little improvisational energy enter this. And if you see an opportunity to add something, well, go ahead and add it. Do a little riff and see what happens. However you do it, allow your voice to come out, and you can whisper or yell or whatever you please, but it's your moment to let your voice be part of this process. So put us on pause and take it away.
So we hope you did read aloud, even if you felt it was to an empty room, but it wasn't empty. You were in it, and you are your most important audience. As Nave said, reading aloud is a revision tool, but it's also an inner critic taming tool. And you'll find that the more you do it, the more your inner critic starts to support you and want you to be more imaginative, to possibly even be more irrational. It will learn that what's helpful is not whether you're writing well, but whether you're writing freely. So before we go further, I just also want to credit the image. It is the wallpaper in the loo of the Academy Club in Soho in London.
So we hope you enjoyed that wallpaper, and we hope you enjoyed what you wrote. We hope you liked what you wrote. Maybe you even chuckled a little bit. And if you would like to let us learn what you wrote, you can go to our Circle community and post your work there. And the way you find the Circle community, go to imaginativestorm.com, and you will find in the index community. Just click community, and it'll take you into another platform. You can sign up there. It's all free, and it will take you into our Imaginative Storm community. And there you will see work that we've been doing for the last 4 years. You will discover all kinds of comments from other people. You'll have an opportunity to put your work into our community, and we can explore your work when it appears there. And you can also find out what the other people are doing. It's a very interesting group that we have, and we're glad that you've joined us. And if you wanted to join us on Saturday or Thursday, Allegra's going to tell you how to do that.
Yes. So on Saturday, we meet at 9 a.m. Pacific, which is noon Eastern. On Thursday, we meet at 3 p.m. Pacific, which is 6 Eastern. And it's free. You can find the links to those in the footer at imaginativestorm.com on every page, or join our mailing list, and then you will be added to our Substack newsletter, and you will get a reminder in your inbox, along with other little Substack posts on, thoughts on writing or other things that we think will be interesting to our nicely growing group of Imaginative Storm writers. We hope you will join us again. Join us live on one of those prompt of the weeks. On imaginativestorm.com, you'll also see about our book, Write What You Don't Know, and our other books for writers, our workshops, both in person and on Zoom, and our self-paced online course, Write What You Don't Know. So you can work your way with our guidance through all of the 10 sessions of Write What You Don't Know in your own time at your own pace. So thank you again for joining us, and right on.
See you soon. Thanks so much.
Goodbye.